Happy Friday, TGIF. I am going to the Byron Nelson Golf Tournament later today, so this video is coming out early. I did want to wait till Friday because it is the first Friday of the month, and that means job reports. So we're going to do something a little different today in terms of format, and I don't know, we'll see if it's fun or not fun. My question to you, with these headlines, where do we think rates are as of this morning? Now, mind you, it is early, so the market hasn't had a whole lot of time to digest the news of this job reports, but let me give you the headlines from just this week. The PCE, which measures inflation, it was higher than expected. That's not great, but to show that the headline was flat in March, okay, that's good. Q1 GDP reported at minus 0.3%. That's the first negative one we've had since Q1 of 2022. So 3 years it's been since we've had negative GDP. And what that means is that basically the economy's not doing well. You get two of those in a row, and that's the traditional definition of a recession. So 2 quarters in a row is a recession. So that's 1 out of 2 heading that way. PCE, again, as I mentioned, was up by 3.5%. That was hotter than the estimate. So those are those 4 circles there. Here's some more from this week alone. The initial jobless claims, meaning people that just lost their jobs, filing for unemployment, that rose 18,000 to 241,000 people, a quarter of a million people. Continuous claims, meaning those that have already lost their jobs, they've already filed, and they're still doing it. Continuous claims, they rose by 83,000 people. So that's 1.92 people that are on unemployment, continuous unemployment right now. And again, highest levels for the continuous claims since November of 2021, 4 years ago. That was COVID. So jobs not looking great. ADP report, again, came out this week. Only 62,000 jobs were created during the month, much weaker than the 120,000. So again, half of what was expected. And also, the previous month was revised even lower by about 8,000. So with all that data, what do we think job reports came out with this morning? The initial, come on, slide. Come on, let's see if it's delayed. I clicked the button. I don't want to miss this. Oh, man, let's see. It's pressure time. Golly, come on, man. Don't make me look dumb. It's making me look dumb. All right, here we go. I'll share it from here. Slideshow. 10-year Treasury jumps, meaning not good, guys, after stronger than expected job reports. Despite all those headlines about this week about job reports, initial jobless claims going up, meaning more people on unemployment, continuous claims going up, half of the expected ADP and expectations were hit. All of a sudden, boom, jobless claim, or the job reports came out and says that more people are getting hired than fired. So who knows what the heck happened. So what does that do to rates? To be determined. Like I said, it's still 8:30-ish. So we'll see. But right now, according to Mortgage News Daily, rates are up just slightly, back at that 6.8. And here's the chart of the mortgage-backed securities. The reason why I'm really disappointed and bummed, look on the far right, that little blue, geez, come on, Pfeiffer. The red. The red down means higher rates. Red is bad in this chart. So when you see it going down, that means rates are going up. So it's opposite, it's inverse. So we've had a good run. Like, look, since April 21st-ish, we've had a good run for a week or so. Got back some of the gains we got smacked with. You saw in the early April, if you remember, been watching these videos, we got smacked down after the tariffs got put on hold, and the market rallied dramatically. But here we've come back. And the reason why I'm really bummed is look at all those lines that we were suddenly like challenging to get above. And when we get above that horizontal black line that's kind of right above us, look how much room we have to run to the good side to make things happen. So I do think we'll eventually get there. It just doesn't look like it's going to be today or even probably next week. Again, it takes some big news to kind of get above those thresholds. And the curvy, wavy lines, the good news, bad news. We got that 50-day moving average now, but we were above for what, 4 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days. Now we're below it. That's not ideal. The good news, we got that purple one below us. That's the 100-day moving average. So I do think rates will maybe drift a little higher in the next couple of days, meaning like next week. We shall see if I'm right or wrong, but I think we're going to drift a little higher and sideways, probably go back down to that 100-day moving average. And we'll see what future inflation data can do to help us. So all that's to say, rates are not going back, but I did just want to show this chart on the right. Rates are not getting where we wanted to, but you guys can see the actual where they are. And the dotted lines were the prior forecast, that burnt orange. And then that one above it was the current forecast. So in other words, they're now forecasting rates into the rest of 25 and 26 as being a little higher than they were initially, and they being Fannie Mae in this case. So there you go. And by the way, 47% of buyers say rates must fall below 5% before they buy a home. That's half the market. I don't believe that. I mean, that's what they say. I get it. I really don't. It's amazing the activity that picks up when rates went down to mid six, and they dropped even to the low sixes for that moment in time in the beginning of April. In those 2 days, things picked up. So I don't be discouraged by what people say and what they do. I think they're two different things. Home prices, they did dip in 11 major markets, but the point I always want to make to folks is, look, they're dipping from being like crazy good. I mean, look at the years in that top chart. And this is from Redfin. You guys can see 22, 23, 24, and 25. Like, come on, look at what we're doing. This is bananas. So when you're like, hey, it's slowing, year over year growth is only 2.1%. Who cares? We're still doing great from a home price. The problem is that it doesn't help affordability, but it is what it is. Average homes, bottom right. This was surprising to me. Average homes sold for 99%, 98.8 of the final list price. Man, that's still a great market. I mean, come on. Like, I know we're all bad and we're poo-pooing, and I don't get me wrong. I get it. Closings are down, the activity's tough. But I'm just saying, like, we need to share some of this good news. Be like, man, if you continue to wait, because if people have been on the sidelines for the last year or two waiting for this crash or the bubble, again, you're just missing out. So that's the part I want to make sure we're selling to our people. New home sales surge in March. So guys, builders, congrats. March was a good month for us and we're feeling it, right? We had a good April because of it, a lot of closings. So that's good, but keep it up, right? Incentives are still big. Certainly call us if you want to chat about forward commitments and stuff like that we've been seeing a lot of success with. I'm bringing this up. This is old news, like a couple weeks old. I didn't, again, there are other headlines that I wanted to throw out, but at some point I got to acknowledge it. FHA and USDA have basically ended their eligibility for DACA recipients and visa holders in May. So what that means is effective now, there's going to be some folks that can't buy homes that may have otherwise could have last month. So it is what it is. We'll keep moving. Consumer sentiment with all this negative news, recession talk, blah, 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 dropped 8%. So again, we are feeling that, right? As people don't feel confident, they're not going to go buy houses. Despite what the job report said today, all the previous week's headlines, which there's more of those than today's one, recession, job loss, you see in that, it just makes people not want to buy homes. So a lot of folks are saying it's kind of in that wait and see mode, which is not good. Our program of the week, home funded. Think of it like crowdsourcing for a down payment. That's what our program allows people to do. So instead of gift programs coming from like, one or two people, we've seen a lot of things for newlyweds or people that are going to get married. Instead of asking for that china they'll never use, they're now asking for money to use for down payment. And the only ones that I know of that have a program that allow just crowdsourcing. Somebody wants to give you $50 and put it in this account, we can use it. And we don't need to source where it came from. So whether you got mattress money at home or just a bunch of random people that want to give you money, it's a great program called Home Fund It. We are happy to help. But 71% of couples, I thought this was interesting, receive financial help from their parents. That's a lot. I had no idea. I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know it was 71%. Crazy. Anyway, let's go to the next one. This is more of a PSA than it is a program announcement. My boy Evan, man, if you're in Dallas County or you're part of the Dallas Central Appraisal District for your property taxes and contesting that, like, Evan is the man. So go check out contest property values for taxes. Just go to mortgagemark.com, check it out. I think Evan's information's on there, but the dude has saved me so much money back in the day. So 2-3 years ago, and Caroline and I owned 16 rental properties. Year after year after year, the man kept making things happen. I don't want to overpromise, but I'm telling you, the dude is awesome. Unfortunately, he's only Dallas. So if you're calling Denton or wherever, he's not your guy, but I would at least try to find somebody that can help you contest the values of your homes because they are going up. Save some money on taxes. So do that. It's typically no cost until they win. So if you need, like I said, Dallas, go to Evan. If you're outside of that, if you find somebody good, please let me know. I'll be happy to promote somebody that has a proven track record. And then let's make it happen. Let's have some fun. Holy smokes. This next article, if it ever pops up, come on now. All right, I'll tell it to you anyway, because it's amazing. Some dude, and it was a group of people technically, Some dude, I'm not saying scammed because it was legal. Some dude just won the Texas lottery by being smart. So here's what I mean, guys. It's a proven way to win the Texas lottery. Here it is. Share my screen. So the jackpot was 95 million for this Texas lottery. And the dude went out and bought it. A team of people came in for a few days and they literally set up shop and they bought every single 99.3% of the combinations to win this $95 million jackpot. So the risk was they didn't buy 100%. And some of that was due to numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They didn't, or 6, or whatever the numbers are. They didn't buy those because they felt like a lot of people probably buy that and they don't want to split the jackpot. So they needed the biggest ROI they could get, but they literally bought every combination. And I want to say in the article is like they spent $29 million. $29 million of lotto tickets, bought every combination you can get. Oh, 25.8, there it is. $25.8 million worth of tickets. And, or I guess 25.8 million tickets. I don't know if it's $1 or $2, whatever they did. And they did this and they literally won the jackpot. And the dude's apparently done this before. So he goes by the Joker, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. So what, I mean, that's amazing. The dude literally paid millions and millions of dollars to win more and more millions, and it's legal. So the Texas lottery feels like they got like duped, but at the end of the day, like the guy didn't do anything wrong, and it's just cool. All right, my meme of the week. You're basically your family watching as you take their hard-earned money for your closing costs because you couldn't calculate how much more money you needed to buy a home. Guys, that doesn't happen with the Mortgage Mark team. We're going to give you good and accurate numbers. Evidence of success. We do a great job. I say we being the team, they do a great job. I'm part of that, obviously. We have a great system, proven process. I hope you guys know that. So please continue to share forward. Share this with folks. Be nice, be friendly. Come on, guys. Help everybody out. And let us know if you have any questions. We appreciate you. I don't know how to, there we go. There I am. Share my screen. Okay, all that's to say, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Hope you have a great and wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon.